Hi students, welcome to lesson number 50, Max Weber, part B. Max Weber's memorable academic contributions are Economy and Society, the Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism, the City, Bureaucracy, the Organization, the Theory of Social and Economic Organization, etc. Now, let us discuss about the objectives of this lesson. The main objectives of this lesson are to discuss about Weber's bureaucracy, to discuss about characteristics of bureaucracy, paths to salvation. In analyzing the relationship between the world's religions and the economy, Weber developed a typology of the paths of salvation. Asceticism is the first broad type of religiosity, and it combines an orientation toward action with the commitment of believers to denying themselves the pressures of the world. Ascetic religious are divided into two subtypes. Otherworldly asceticism involves a set of norms and values that command the followers not to work within the secular world and to fight against its temptations. Of greater interest to Weber because it encompasses Calvinism was inner worldly asceticism. Such a religion does not reject the world. Instead, it actively urges its members to work within the world so that they can find salvation or at least signs of it. The distinctive goal here is the strict methodical control of the members' patterns of life, thought and action. Members are urged to reject everything unethical, aesthetic or dependent on their emotional reactions to the secular world. Inner worldly ascetics are motivated to systematize their own conduct, whereas both types of asceticism involve some type of action and self-denial. Mysticism involves contemplation, emotion and inaction. Weber subdivided mysticism in the same way as asceticism. World-rejecting mysticism involves total flight from the world. Inner worldly mysticism leads to contemplative efforts to understand the meaning of the world, but these efforts are doomed to failure because the world is viewed as beyond individual comprehension. In any case, both types of mysticism and world-rejecting asceticism can be seen as idea systems that inhibit the development of capitalism and rationality. In contrast, inner worldly asceticism is the system of norms and values that contributed to the development of these phenomena in the West. Weber identified the following values in Protestantism, which were in harmony with the spirit of capitalism. Number one, first one is changed attitude towards work. Protestantism considers work as a kind of virtue. Hard work contributes to the glory of God. Number two, concept of calling. In order to achieve salvation, every individual must pursue a calling or a job or a vocation and must engage himself in hard work and become successful. Those who become successful in their enterprise are marked for salvation. Third one, wealth is to be used for productive purposes. The ethic insists on strict moral life. It says that the acquired wealth and profit are not meant for enjoyment, but for further production of wealth. Fourth one, strictures on alcoholism. The ethic prohibits the consumption of alcohol. Extravagance and merriment are discouraged. Saving and investment are encouraged. Then fifth point, encouragement to literacy and learning. Stress on literacy helped mass education among the Protestants. Then sixth one, rejection of holidays. Work is important to achieve the glory of God. Hence, time should not be wasted on the pretext of holidays. Seventh point, honesty in one's calling. One must be true to oneself in one's business or work or profession. God always supports and selects the honest ones for his kingdom and not the dishonest ones. Weber was of the opinion that the ethical principles contained in Protestantism provided an encouragement for the development of capitalism of the modern type. Calvinism represents a sect within Protestantism. No one could do anything to change his or her fate, and only a small minority were among the select few who would go to the heaven. The duty of the believers was to abstain from pleasure and to spend their lives working for the glory of God. The Calvinists looked for signs that they were among the select few and found these signs in their worldly success. The more successful a person was at work, the more likely he or she was to be among the select few and reach the kingdom of God. Since profits could not be spent on pleasure, they had to be reinvested. Modern capitalism was born, argued Weber. It is interesting to note that the very people who rejected material comforts unwittingly created industrial capitalism. By a further supreme irony, industrialism encouraged the development of modern, rational, scientific worldview. In this worldview, religion has virtually no place. Modern capitalists, however, have retained the Protestant ethic on which their success is largely found. The term bureaucracy finds its origin in the French word bureau, which means desk, or a government which is run from table is called a bureaucratic government. Historically, it has been associated with rule of government and governmental officials. Sociologists regard bureaucracy as a form of administration that is found in a formal organizations pursuing a wide variety of goals. According to Max Weber, bureaucracy is a type of hierarchical organization which is designed rationally to coordinate the work of many individuals in pursuit of large-scale administrative tasks. Weber also said that Bureaucracies are organized according to rational principles, officials ranked in a hierarchical order, and operations are characterized by interpersonal rules. Weber's interest in the nature of power and authority and his realization of the inevitability of rationalization in the operation of large-scale modern organizations led him to establish a theory of bureaucracy. Weber felt that the operation of modern large-scale enterprises or organizations in the political, administrative and economic fields would be impossible without bureaucracy. Bureaucratic coordination of activities is the distinctive mark of the modern era. According to Weber, bureaucracy refers to an instrument that has become indispensable for the rational attainment of the goals of any organization in industrial society. Bureaucracies can be understood as large-scale formal organizations of the modern society with specialized functions. Bureaucratization and rationalization go together because bureaucracies are organized according to rational principles. Characteristics of bureaucracy. Max Weber was the first to give a detailed sociological account of the development of bureaucracy. According to him, bureaucracy reveals the following characteristics. Number 1, fixed official jurisdiction. Bureaucracies normally have their own official fixed jurisdiction. Bureaucracy consists of various statuses, each of which has its own fixed official duties. There are clear-cut written rules governing each status. Number 2, hierarchy of authority. Bureaucracy has its own hierarchy of statuses. Officials who occupy these statuses are governed by the principle of superordination and subordination. There is the supervision of the lower offices by the higher ones. Third, clear-cut division of labor. The entire task of the bureaucratic system is governed by a stipulated system of division of labor, who should do what work and who should shoulder what responsibility is decided by this system. Fourth, appointment based on eligibility. Bureaucracy has its own system of selecting employees and giving them promotions on the basis of seniority, technical competence, specialized knowledge or skill. Fifth, fixed salary, allowance and pension. The officials of the bureaucracy are paid monthly salary and other types of allowances and pensions as per the written rules. Sixth, office and maintenance of files. Bureaucracy as an organization functions through an office where in all the matters and transactions relating to it, its area of operation are maintained in the form of files. It has a system of written documents defining its procedures and manner of functioning. Seventh, appointment of officials on full-time and long-term service basis. Appointment of officials in a bureaucracy is normally made by the higher officials and not by election. Normally, the position of the bureaucrat is held for life as specified by the contract or order. 8. Difference between private matter and official issues. The officials of the bureaucracy are expected to make a clear distinction between the official issues and pure private or personal matters. They are not entitled to make use of official facilities for personal needs except as defined by written rules. Ninth, supervision of work by higher officials. Officials of the bureaucracy are expected to work according to the written rules. Still, there is the system of supervision of the work of lower officials by the higher officials. 10th, systematization of official relations with officials. The officials of bureaucracy maintain contact and communication among themselves in a particular way. Orders and communications among them always proceed through proper channels. Political neutrality. Officials of bureaucracy are expected to be very objective in the official discharge of business. They are expected to be politically neutral in their dealings. 12th, guidance by past procedures. Bureaucrats are mostly guided by the past procedures. A good bureaucrat is one who always tries to be up to date with the subject with which not only he is dealing at present, but he may be required to deal at any subsequent stage. The characteristics stated cannot be found in any existing bureaucracy in their true or complete form. Never before in history such bureaucracies existed. As Max Weber has stated, the concept of bureaucracy associated with these rules represents the ideal types. The existing bureaucracies are any particular instance of a bureaucracy can only be compared with or evaluated in relation to this ideal type. Factors contributing to the development of bureaucracy. According to Weber, factors contributed a great deal to the development of modern bureaucracy. Number 1, the development of money economy guarantees a constant income for maintaining bureaucracy through a system of taxation. Number 2, modern industries and states which require a big army of administrative officials necessitated bureaucracy. Third, qualitative changes in the administrative tasks also led to bureaucratization. Modern states which claim themselves to be welfare states have to maintain an elaborate system of transport and communication, including mass media. They naturally tend towards bureaucratic system. Fourth, bureaucracy as form of organization seems to be technically superior to any other form of organization. Fifth, demand for objective experts. The modern culture demands the personally detached and strictly objective experts. This nature of the modern culture encourages the development of bureaucracy. Sixth point, modern political parties are functioning on a mass scale which necessitates bureaucracies. Seventh, the development of big capitalist enterprises and the giant public organizations such as the state or army require the modern bureaucratic system. Eighth, rational interpretation of law. Modern states guarantee to their citizens equality before law. It is a guarantee against arbitrariness. This has given rise to the bureaucratic form of administration and judiciary. Positive or functional aspects of bureaucracy. Number 1, bureaucracy provides opportunity for division of labor. Some of the modern organization consists of lakhs and millions of members. Such organizations are institutionalized through bureaucracies. Number 2, performance of complicated tasks. Some of the complicated tasks of the modern society, such as conducting census, maintenance of law and order, collecting taxes, arranging for voting in elections, are more efficiently undertaken in bureaucracy. Third, performance of repetitive tasks. Some of the modern bureaucracies, for example, industrial corporations, universities, advertising agencies, etc., regularly perform their work. Modern bureaucracies have been able to perform that work without much difficulty. Fourth point, maintenance of law and order. There are certain organizations such as police, court, army, religion, college, etc., that deal with people in a normative manner. Here, the right type of behavior is to be encouraged and the wrong type is to be regulated. Bureaucratic method is better suited to do this task. Fifth, mobilization of resources and their rightful usage. The heads or the leaders of the state could mobilize and centralize material resources and make necessary arrangements for their most effective use only through bureaucracy. Bureaucratic organization is to Weber the privileged instrumentality that has shaped the modern polity, the modern economy, the modern technology. Just as a machine production is superior to handmade articles, so the bureaucratic types of organization are technically superior to all other forms of administration. The next point, control of the waste of time. In comparison with any other type of organization, bureaucracy has been found to be less expensive, less conflicting and more efficient and useful. Weber argued that the bureaucratization of the modern world has led its depersonalization. The more fully it is realized, the more it depersonalizes itself. The bureaucrats may function as emotionally detached professional experts. The bureaucrat functions to the exclusion of feelings and sentiments, of love and hatred in the execution of official tasks. According to Weber, bureaucratization and rationalization are almost an inescapable fate. Weber's contribution to the development of sociology and social thought has been enormous. He has extensively written on sociology of religion and bureaucracy, which are very much useful to understand the contemporary modern world. Weber has helped to make clear the significant role of values in social life. He also emphasized the necessity of keeping social science value free.